Do you remember what these are? The extension cables. And why do we use them? There are multiple reasons why we use them. In the amplified workout, we do some series where we're having people just do some leg movements where they're going back and forth, like scissors, windmills, as we have Nicole here in the double leg pulleys. A lot of times people will say, I want more range of motion, or when they're doing any exercises, they may say they're topping out too soon. So they want to be able to really extend the hips. What do? Here are some options. The first option may be just to have her move up the glide board. As she moves up her glide board, if you watch her hip's going to start to open up a little bit more, and now she's more into hip extension. So that's one way you can start to change around the range of motion. Remember, anytime you add range of motion, you're also adding a dimension of more control. Here's another option. The double leg pulleys system also comes with extension cables. You have a small, a medium, and a large. Typically, this size, the smaller size, is enough to give someone that extra opening of the hip. So how do we add that on? Just giving you guys a heads up. If someone's in the double leg pulleys, I'm always wearing shoes so I can guard the board. I have her bend her knees. Very simply, put this on. Voila. I tell her to extend her legs out so that there's tension in the cable, and then I can let go of my foot. Now she has more range of motion. So you have a client, a participant that can handle the more range of motion. Maybe you put on the medium-sized one. But remember, I said that range of motion requires more control. So she's showing she has the control. So why don't we add in that element of coordination? She doesn't know I'm going to do this yet. But I brought a little 4-pound balls with me. They're real easy to hold. So let's say she's doing scissors, and I might have her do arm movements. I'll stick with, oh, she's just doing bicep curls. She's shortening that lever, guys. Maybe I have her increase the lever in that sagittal plane, and she starts to add in arm movements. But even more challenging would be if I have her work her arms in a different plane. So maybe I have her do horizontal AB and adduction. Maybe I have her do arm circles, just to add that element of control. I have to tell her to watch me. And maybe I might change the leg movement to doing inner and outer thigh, so abduction, adduction, and then have the arms be doing something, again, in the same plane, or then in opposite planes, and then maybe even diagonals, so adding in that element control. So you can stop if you want. And you guys can pretty much almost push stop button too, because I just want to say thanks for tuning back in. Hopefully this helps you out when you're working with your leg pulley system of how to work with people that, one, may want more control, or two, may want more coordination. Oh, let me just say one more thing. If this wasn't expressed to you earlier in your training, I want to express it one more time, that adding on the double leg pulley, adding on that extension cable is also really helpful for people who have trouble getting into them. Now, if you're saying, okay, if they have trouble getting into them, now you're giving them more control, and that's going to be a problem. Yes, that's true, but typically they're already limited by their flexibility, and so they're not going to go into wider ranges of motion. So you may have a participant in your class that's a beginner and an advanced, both with the extension cable on, but the intention for each person is different. Okay, now you can push the stop button. Have a great day.